Scratch golfers are doing so many things that you don't know about when it comes to playing golf on the golf course. In today's golf lesson video, I'm going to be giving you some simple golf tips which you can add to your golf game, and I promise you, scratch golfers are doing these easy things. We are focusing on approach play in today's lesson, and before I give you some secrets of a scratch handicap, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. If you're a returning viewer, hello again. Little reminder for you all, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button, hit the thumbs up as it helps the channel out, and turn your bell on so you get notified of when I upload all my new videos. So first things first, what are scratch golfers doing that you aren't in regards to stats? Let's take a look at the stats from the guys at ShotScope. Scratch golfers are hitting 52% of greens in regulation, and then as handicaps go up, that stat and that percentage starts to decrease throughout the handicaps, which you'd expect. Scratch golfers are hitting it further, they're striking it better, they're hitting less club into greens, so they've got more control at the green end. So you would expect scratch handicappers to have that higher percentage in greens and regulation. 155 front, 170 middle, 185 back. Ugh. Yes, scratch golfers are striking the ball better than higher handicaps, and I'm not going to give you a how to strike your irons better tip, but throughout this video I will put links up in the top of the video, so go and watch as many of those as you need to. I'm also going to include stats throughout this video from the guys at ShotScope, so you can see whether it's a certain distance that you need to improve on, or just generally your approach play to help you lower your scores. But one of the things that scratch golfers do that you possibly don't to improve your strike is analysing your lie. Every time I get to my golf ball, I'm looking at the lie. What's around it? Is there a tuft of grass behind the golf ball? Is it on a fluffy lie which might give me a flyer? Those kind of ideas, because analysing lie is going to tell me so many things. How do I need to set up to the golf ball? What club do I need to take? If it's not sat very nicely, I might not be able to make the full distance, so I might have to add a bit more loft, especially when I'm in the rough and thick stuff. But I'm going to be setting up to that golf ball depending on the lie. And again, if it's not so good, generally speaking, if the lie is not perfect, I'm always going to be putting my ball position back. My angle of attack will be steeper into the back of that golf ball, missing all the rubbish around it and getting ball, then that turf contact to make sure I strike it as well as I possibly can. Not enough of you are analysing your lie before you're taking your shots. It's such low hanging fruit and something that every single golfer on the planet is able to do to help you strike your irons better and get these green and regulation stats up like you see the scratch handicap golfers out there. Woohoo! That is struck and that is at it. Oh yes. Did you hear that? Such a nice iron strike. That is how you strike your irons pure, people. And when you strike them like that, make sure you replace your divots. My next tip on things scratch golfers do that you don't when it comes to approach play, and this one surprises a lot of people. Scratch golfers aren't hitting at every single pin. They're probably not hitting at many pins, to be honest. Let's take this hole for an example then. I am 108 to the 107 to the front, 124 to the middle, and 141 to the back. And if I'm even more accurate and I get my laser out, I'm 124 playing 126 to the flag. Those sorts of yardages, I reckon that most of you think all scratch golfers are going to go straight for the pin. Well, the percentage from 100 to 150 yards for scratch golfers, greens and regulation hit, is 62%. They're nearly missing the green 40% of the time. So even if you're a scratch golfer watching this or a high handicapper, think about that. Hitting the green is just so important. If you're aiming for a tucked pin that's going to increase that percentage of missing the green, forget it. Middle of the green pins, absolutely go for them. I don't mind you doing that at all. But as soon as that pin's not in the middle of that green, you've got to be looking at where the danger is, what your shot pattern is, and the likelihood of you missing that green. Luckily, this pin is in the middle of the green, so I am going to go straight at it. If this was tucked to the right or to the left of the green, then 100% I'm aiming left or right of it, depending on which side that pin is, because I just want to increase my greens in regulation hit, as that is going to start lowering my scores. Now, I'm not saying aim for the middle of the green on every single green, because there are some massive greens out there in the world. And if you aim for it and get your dispersion that moves that ball away from your flag, you're going to have an absolutely massive putt. So take every situation as it comes and analyze each one individually. That was a horrible strike, but it's still on the green. Birdie putt incoming. The next thing that scratch golfers do, and the final thing that I'm going to give you on today's video, is that they've got a number of shots in their bag. From one distance, they're able to hit a longer club, easier, bring that ball flight down a little bit. They've got their standard shot, and then they've got a hard, more lofted club that they want to really hit high and get it to stop quick. 3 golf balls, 145 front, 160 middle, 176 back, and it's 157 flag but playing 152. So hard 9, normal 8, soft 7. Hard 9 first. Ball goes back in my stance a little bit, my handle's forward. I'm really going to give it some beans, and there's the height. Look at that, that is towering. Bosh! Control, stopping quick on that green. Perfect for conditions like when you're hitting downwind, when you're hitting into hard greens. You don't have much of an area to land your golf ball in. My stock 8 iron for this distance, ball position in its normal spot. No putting it back. I'm not going to be swinging as hard and putting all my effort into it. Not as high trajectory. It should catch a piece. Oh yeah, oh, just on the left hand side of the green. Lovely strike again. And then one more, the soft 7. Ball position with this one, normal to maybe slightly back. I am going to be changing my aim a little bit. And now I'm just really trying to control that speed, which you'll see will bring that ball flight down. That's a lovely shot. If that's the club, that could be a hole-in-one on the video. Oh! And you might be able to see from those pro tracers that I get a slightly different ball flight. So all of a sudden, I've got 3 different flights and I've got 3 different shapes. Now, learning that as a golfer is a massive skill. And then in any situation, you'll be able to hit a certain ball flight, whether it's wind off the left, wind off the right, to help you hit more greens in regulation. That is what scratch golfers do, and that is what scratch golfers have in their locker to be able to get that golf ball round in as least amount of shots as possible. I will say that most scratch golfers are just playing their stock shot as much as they can. They're not flighting the ball left to right, right to left on the next one throughout the round. They're generally using that skill to get themselves out of trouble. Or if there's wind off the left, wind off the right, and it's really strong and there might be trouble down the left and you don't want that ball drawing too much, they might ease off it, hit more of a cut and keep themselves away from that danger. They're not doing it on every single shot, so bear that in mind. Get good at one pattern and one shot and get strong at that. And then if you need to, in certain situations, use this skill as a weapon. And you'll see in just a minute, that's 3 balls on the green. 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, all different trajectories, all different flights, all on the green from that one distance. My standard 8 iron on the left here, my 7 iron straight over the pin, and my 9 iron, which started a little right, tried to draw, not enough, has just missed slightly right of the pin. Let me know in the comments down below, do you use any of these tricks that scratch golfers are using out on the golf course? I'd love to know in the comments down below. And a little reminder for you all, if you're not subscribed to the channel already and you are enjoying the content, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up as it helps the channel, and turn your bell on so you don't miss any of my new uploads. I'll see you in the next one.